Hello everyone, welcome back to Below Par with myself, Lovery. So then, we've got Rory McIlroy creating some controversy in the media. USGA and the R&A probably aren't too happy with his claims. However, he's had so much support on Instagram, and some of the papers that I've read as well have hugely supported his claims. Now, we would be really interested to know, what are your thoughts on Rory McIlroy's statements and what he said in the media? If you'd like to let us know in the comments below. The comments are completely open and we'll make sure to get back to everyone. We'd love to know what your thoughts are. Also, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it if you did so. Hopefully a lot more hot topics like this on the way. So video today then, hot off the press, we have Rory McIlroy going in on the USGA and the R&A in terms of their research that they've been doing on driving distance. Now, then, McIlroy has met with the media at the Phoenix Open, where he starts to go into detail about his thoughts on driving distance going into 2021 and what the USGA have done. Now, the USGA have conducted a couple of £1 million, I believe, into a basically study into driving distance to see how they can combat the pros hitting it so far and overpowering all these golf courses. Now, Rory has absolutely slammed them for this. It's something where he is obviously not impressed and actually is claiming that it's one of the worst things they could have done, and they're looking at it through a tiny little lens. So let's go a little bit more into what he said. So Rory is essentially accusing them for going in on the 0.1% that actually hit the ball what you would call too far or a long way. Now, obviously for most amateur golfers and most pros, they don't hit the ball that far. So what we're actually finding is current equipment and current balls are making it more fun. Manufacturers are trying really hard to help the amateur golfer hit it further, hopefully obviously allowing them to be attracted into the game, but also getting them into the game and making it easier for them, because the easier the game of golf is, the more people that potentially would want to play it. Most of us play this game for enjoyment and entertainment. Now, what the USGA have done is they've gone and conducted a study where basically they're trying to find ways to limit how far pros are hitting the golf ball. Now, this is the 0.1%. So for example, Bryson then, with his new driver, testing the 48-inch driver, they want to cut that down this year so that he can't do that, and obviously then can't hit it as far. However, lockdown, as we all know, and as Rory has stated, it's been an amazing thing for golf. I mean, I don't think golf has ever seen the boom that it's seen during lockdown. So many people coming into the game, so many, I think club sales last year in 2020 were absolutely outrageous. I mean, there was queues from manufacturers of months to get hold of golf clubs. People, because golf was one of the first sports you could play, decided to take it up, and as a consequence, we've had a boom, which I don't think ever happened really in the golf trade. For years, we've always been told it's a declining sport, and it's amazing. And I mean, I'm honestly meaning this, it's amazing to see so many people taking up the game. Now, Rory basically is saying here that those millions of pounds shouldn't have been spent on that 0.1%, but actually should be spent on the grassroots, the juniors, the people who are taking up the game in order to make them want to keep playing the game going into the future and growing our sport. Now, I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts on this, and if you leave us a note in the comments below, we would really appreciate it. It's something where, as I say, it's a super quick video today, but it's something that I wanted to highlight as something that's happened, and something that I think that many people actually should be aware of, is that you do have a professional like Rory standing up for the guys that have just started the game. He knows the importance of the game of golf and actually how much good it can do for people, but equally how important it is that we do keep this game alive and keep it growing. Now, what are your thoughts on the USGA and the R&A? Do you think that they've done the wrong thing looking at driving distance, or actually do you believe that they should have gone down the route of altering equipment in order to change the distance? Or do you think they could manage it a different way? Do you think they could maybe change the tournament setup, the course setup? I know I was reading something the other day where somebody was saying they would make the rough longer, they'd make more dog legs, they would make the greens and fairways firmer, and there was another point in there as well, but essentially it meant that the golf club didn't have to have anywhere near as big a golf course as maybe what it even has now. So you could shrink the course down, make the greens smaller, that was the other one. And essentially what that would do is mean that the whole golf course land would get smaller, making it easier for them to manage, but equally allowing golf clubs to free up land around the course as well. I mean, there's so many different ways they can do it. Do you feel that perhaps going down the equipment route is the right way? Because I would almost argue that golf pros these days are probably fitter and stronger than what they were back, let's say, in the 60s or 70s. I would argue that they're more professional athletes than what they were in the 60s or 70s, by no means disregarding the guys there, but obviously the equipment has come on a long way. But equally, I think the way that the player handles their training, handles their gym work, really is going to transform. You know, McIlroy, for example, now is probably a lot stronger than what a lot of players would have been back then, and that could well be part of the reason why he hits it so far and is able to swing it so quickly. We only have to look at Bryson DeChambeau swinging it at, his clock's numbers, I believe, in the 130s, nearly 140 miles an hour. That's obscene numbers, absolutely obscene. When you think your average player probably only swings a driver at 80 or 90 miles an hour. So that's a huge, it's crazy numbers compared. And this again is Rory's point. If you're swinging at 80 miles an hour, what are we going to do if they start offering us a ball that doesn't go as far? Do you think that's going to limit the numbers of people that want to play golf? Is it going to limit the attraction? Because if you're anything like me, you enjoy standing on a tee box and trying to hit it a long way. That's part of the game of golf, and I enjoy that. Not saying I do it on every tee box, but you get my point. It's good fun trying to hit a long way. So, as I say, let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think Rory's right? Do you back him up? Or actually, do you think he's a little bit out of order standing up to the guys or ruling bodies like this? Let us know in the comments below. But say thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it if you did so. And we look forward to seeing you very soon.